mata tayo ng Math-aral. Sa Math, walang maiiwan. Math-sayang Math-aral tayo ng Math-tuto, upang ika'y umasenso. Maging matyaga, maging matalino, halina Math-aral na tayo. Maging matyaga, maging matalino, halina Math-aral na tayo. Halina Math-aral na tayo. Halina Math-aral na tayo. Halina, 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 aral na tayo.
Good day everyone. Welcome to Project SOAR. Let me welcome our next speaker. She is a graduate of Bachelor of Secondary Education, Nicole University College of Education, a Teacher 1 from HHIS Integrated School, 8 years in service, an MTAT trainer, a grade 8 teacher, Ma'am Irene.
Hello po! Salamat, Sir Mar! Hello, Batang MANDunong! Ako si Teacher IRENE, ang inyong makakasama sa pag-aaral ng Advanced Lesson sa Grade 8, Week 6, Quarter 3 ng inyong Math-CLAID Learning Module. Ready na po ba kayo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga notepads para sa mga mahalagang pointers ng ating discussion. Tara, simulan na natin! Our topic for today is about triangle congruence postulates. And here are our objectives. First, use properties of congruence in identifying congruent parts and congruent figures. Next, illustrate the SSS and SAA congruence postulates. Third, use the triangle congruence postulates, SAS, ASA, SSS, and SAA. And then the last one, solve corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Here's the idea of congruence. It is two geometric figures with exactly the same size and shape. Among the given figures, which pairs are congruent? Did you see them? Okay, let us check. Right. There are three pairs of figures that are not congruent. So this time, let us just focus on triangle congruence. Triangles are said to be congruent if they have the same shape and size. The shapes may be a reflection of each other or be rotated or translated. See those triangles? All of the angles and side lengths are the same. And for the recap, given the triangle RTW and triangle MVS, look at the special markings that both triangles have. These markings indicate the sides and angles that are said to be congruent. It is read as triangle RTW is congruent with the triangle MVS. Notice the symbol used for congruency. For the sides that's said to be congruent, line segment RT is congruent with the line segment MV. Line segment TW is congruent with the line segment VS. line segment RW is congruent with the line segment MS. As you can see, in every sides that are congruent, they have the same markings. And for the angles, angle R is congruent with angle M. Angle T is congruent with angle V. And angle W is congruent with angle S. Still, congruent angles have the same special markings. Okay? You have already proved the triangle congruence as you have started with the discussion last week in your week 5 quarter 3 learning modules. And these are SAS and ASA congruence postulates. So, we just have to continue on the discussion of the remaining triangle congruence postulates. Are you ready to unlock your curiosity on those remaining triangle congruence postulates? Let's start with our main topic. We have the side congruence postulates, or we call it as the SSS congruence postulates. If the sides of one triangle are congruent to the sides of a second triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Given the triangle TOP and triangle MAN, we can say that based on the given markings, line segment TO is congruent with the line segment MA. Line segment TP is congruent with the line segment MN. Line segment OP is congruent with the line segment AN. Therefore, we can say that triangle TOP is congruent with the triangle MAN by the side congruence postulate. Let's take example number 1. What congruence postulate does the figure below illustrate? Based on the special markings, we can say that line segment MN is congruent with the line segment PN. And then line segment MO is congruent with the line segment PO. And line segment NO is congruent to the line segment NO, or by itself, by reflexive property. I hope na you still remember that. Therefore, we can say that triangle MNO is congruent with the triangle PNO. Let's take another example. What additional pair of parts in the figure should be given congruent to illustrate that two triangles are congruent by SSS? It means all sides are congruent. I guess you have already a clue. Okay, guided by the special markings, we can say that line segment TW is congruent with the line segment YW. And line segment VW is congruent with the line segment XW. So we are looking on the remaining side to be congruent. Yes? You are correct. Therefore, line segment TV is congruent with the line segment YX. Let us discuss another triangle congruence postulate, and states that if two angles and a non-included side of one triangle are congruent to the corresponding angles and side of another triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Given the triangles TOP and triangles MAN, based on the given markings, we have angle O is congruent with angle A. Angle T is congruent with angle M. Then line segment OP is congruent with the line segment AN. As you can see, line segment OP is the non-included side between angle O and angle T. Same with the triangle MAN. Angle AN is the non-included side between angle A and angle M. So, by the angle-angle side congruence postulate, we can say that triangle TOP is congruent with the triangle MAN. Let's have an example. What congruence postulate does the figure below illustrate? Okay, as you can see, there are special markings on the given figure. So we have triangle MNO and triangle MPO. So, based on the given markings, we can say that angle N is congruent with angle P. Angle NMO is congruent with angle PMO. And line segment MO is congruent by line segment MO or by itself, which is by reflexive property. So therefore, we can say that triangle MNO is congruent with triangle MPO by AAS congruent postulate, or the angle and then the non-included side congruence postulate. Let's take another example. What additional pair of parts in the figure should be given congruent to illustrate that two triangles are congruent by AAS? Okay? So based on the given markings, angle T is congruent with angle Y. Line segment TW is congruent with the line segment YW. So, the given are angle and the non-included side. So, we are looking for another angle. You must consider that the congruent sides should not be in between the two congruent angles. So, which of the remaining congruent angles must be considered to satisfy the AAS congruent postulate? Any idea? I guess you got it correct. Yes, angle V is congruent with angle X. So, solving corresponding parts of congruent triangles require a knowledge that two triangles are congruent if their vertices can be paired so that the corresponding sides are congruent and corresponding angles are congruent. Please be ready for more exercises. Okay, let's take the exercise 1. In the given figures, the given is triangle TIP is congruent with triangle RAY. What is the measure of angle R? First, find the measure of angle T. And since we know that the sum of the measures of the angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degrees, therefore, the measure of angle T is equal to 180 degrees minus the sum between 45 degrees and 75 degrees, which is 180 degrees minus 120 degrees. The measure of angle T is equal to 60 degrees. Secondly, identify the congruent angles. Still on the given that triangle TIP is congruent with triangle RAY, then angle T is congruent with angle R. Angle I is congruent with angle A, and angle P is congruent with angle Y. And since angle T is congruent with angle R, and the measure of angle T equals 60 degrees, therefore, the measure of angle R is also 60 degrees. Okay, for exercise 2, in the given that triangle TIP is congruent with triangle RAY, what is the value of X? Since angle I is congruent with angle A, and the measure of angle I equals 45 degrees, therefore, the measure of angle A is also equal to 45 degrees. In the figure, the measure of angle A equals 3x degrees. By transitive property, 3x degrees is equal to 45 degrees. Multiply both sides of the equation by 1/3. We get x equals 15. When we do the checking, which is the measure of angle A is equal to 3x degrees, we have to substitute the value of x, which is 15, then multiply it by 3. Therefore, the measure of angle A is equal to 45 degrees. In exercise 3, take a closer look on the given figure. Since the given is triangle MAK is congruent with the triangle THK, the question is, what is the measure of angle A? First, you have to identify the congruent parts. With line segment KT congruent with the line segment KM, line segment AM is congruent with the line segment HT, and the line segment AK is congruent with the line segment HK. So with the angles, angle M is congruent with angle T, angle A is congruent with angle H, and angle AKM is congruent with angle HKT. If angle A is congruent with angle H, then the measure of angle A is congruent with the measure of angle H. But we're not yet finished in finding the measure of angle A. So, we have to continue it with the next slide. Still on exercise 3. In the given figure, the measure of angle A is equal to the quantity of 4x plus 8 degrees, and the measure of angle H is equal to the quantity of 3x plus 20 degrees. Since the measure of angle A is equal to the measure of angle H, therefore, 4x plus 8 is equal to 3x plus 20. Adding negative 3x on both sides of the equation, we get x plus 8 equals 20. Then, adding negative 8 in both sides, we get x equals 12. But still, we don't know yet the measure of angle A. So, we have another slide. Okay, still on exercise 3, and I hope you can still follow with our discussion on finding the measure of angle A. In the given figure, the measure of angle A is equal to 4x plus 8. By substituting the value of x, which is 12, the measure of angle A is equal to 4 times 12 plus 8. Therefore, the measure of angle A equals 56 degrees. So, how are we going to check if the measure of angle A is actually 56 degrees? So, we just have to add the measure of each angle of the given triangle and make sure that it is equal to 180 degrees. So, in the given triangle MAK, angle A is equal to 56 degrees. Sorry for my writings. Okay. Then, angle BM is equal to 34 degrees. And angle AKM since it is a right angle, therefore that is equal to 90 degrees. Do you agree? Very good. So therefore, when you sum it up, that is equal to 180 degrees. So therefore, we got the correct measure of angle A, which is 56 degrees. For exercise 4, look at the given figure, and the given is triangle MAK is congruent with triangle THK. Find the value of Z. Since Z is in line segment KT, and the corresponding side of line segment KT is line segment KM, then KT is equal to 3Z plus 5, and KM equals 50, where line segment KT is equal to the line segment KM. Therefore, 3Z plus 5 equals 50. So, you just have to add negative 5 in both sides of the equation. Therefore, 3Z is equal to 45. Then, multiply both sides of the equation by 1/3. We get Z is equals to 15. To do the checking, you just have to substitute the value of Z to the given equation 3Z plus 5. So, that is equal to 3 times 15 plus 5 is equal to 50. So, therefore, the measure of the line segment KT is equal to the measure of the line segment KM. Let us try to answer the given activity. It is name that postulate when possible. Okay, take a closer look at the given figures. First one. Can you see the markings? Who can guess? Okay, and that is side, angle, side, congruence, postulate. You are correct. Another. Can you guess it now? Okay, that is angle, side, angle, congruence, postulate. Very good. Next. We have side, side, angle. But then, do we have that kind of congruence postulate? I guess we don't have. So therefore, they are not congruent because it has no enough info. Okay, next. Can you guess it now? You have AAS congruence postulates and they are congruent. Okay, next activity. Let us have another activity. Indicate the additional information needed to enable us to apply the specified congruence postulate. In the given figure, they have already indicated congruent parts. So, all you have to do is to give congruent parts for a specified congruence postulate. Are you ready? So, let us begin. Okay, for ASA, given the figures again, we have already one congruent angle and then one congruent sides. So therefore, for ASA, we are looking for another congruent angles. And what is it? I guess you have already an answer on your mind. Then you are correct. It is angle B is congruent with angle D. For SAS, so again, given the figure, we have one congruent sides and one congruent angle. So, we are looking for another one congruent sides. And what is it? I guess you have an answer. Okay, and that is line segment AC is congruent with the line segment FE. For AAS, AAS stands for angle, angle, and then the non-included side. So, we have already the non-included side. We have one congruent angle. Then we are looking for another one congruent angle. And that is very good. That is angle A is congruent with angle F. And that's all for today. This is Teacher Irene of Highway Hills Integrated School. Thanks everyone, and I hope that you have picked some learnings in our advanced study of our Math CLAID learning module. Have a good day And God bless everyone!